Hello guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing another story time. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. A bit ill, but I'll cope through it because I want to make this story time so bad. It happened 2 days ago, or actually I'd say a day and a half ago to be honest. So pretty much like not that long ago. And I'll put a bit of context. Basically, at my school, we have after-school clubs, and there's different ones. There's like ones you can stay after to do your homework, or like sports activities, and just loads of different activities where you can stay an hour after school, just like playing sports or whatever. And on Friday night, I do softball, which is basically just the English version of baseball, because I live in England. Yay. Sorry. And there wasn't many people that night because it was literally like the last day before half term. Loads of people were going on holiday, just wanting to go home early, So there was only 4 of us playing softball. The teacher was pitching, so it wasn't that bad. There was 3 fielders and 1 batter, and we all swapped and see who could get the most runs. And yeah, so we were just playing, and there's another school down the road. I'm not going to say its name because it's pretty close to me, and it's known for being a bit rough, should I put it. And the field that we play on, the sports field where we're playing softball, it has a path running along the side where some of the kids from that school walk along. And I have other videos about conflicts between my school and their school, because they finish, I think, half an hour earlier than us. And when they're walking home, a lot of them walk past the field, and they always come onto our field to try and just cause trouble and whatever, like hanging off the football or soccer if you're listening in America, the goalpost, like the crossbar. And yeah, so they're hanging off that, just like causing trouble. And a lot of the time, some people in my school, they sneak off from the PE lesson or the games lesson, and they go and like argue with them and try and like talk to them, and it's pretty funny to be honest. But this time because like this is an after school club, it's like after school, so it's like the school, most people have gone home, it's just a few people. As I said, there's 4 of us and the teacher, and I don't know how, but our school has like the field, but it also like included, when they bought the field, a little bit of like a half of a forest. It's not really that big, just like a little wood, and it's like they only own like a quarter of it, just like the little edge that leads onto just public grounds. And somehow they were in our bit of the wood, and they came out and just like they were all vaping and just shouting. And then there was probably about I'd say around 20 kids just came out this forest, and 2 or 3 of them came over to us and they went, "Oh, can we come and play?" And obviously we said no because they were just looking for trouble, trying to mess up our game. So the teacher told them no and showed them her pass for the school and told them to leave because they were on our private land on the field. And so they did. They left. They went back into the forest. And we thought, oh, that's just the end of it. We'll never see them again. Well, like, not that night. And then, probably towards the end of the session, we'd kind of just forgotten about them. And then we heard like all shouting and screaming in the forest. And then we remembered, oh yeah, they're probably just still in there, just messing about. And then they came out of the forest again, and they're all vaping and just like shouting and stuff. And my friend, I'm not going to say his name because it's really not necessary, and I don't want him to get in trouble, but he was batting, and there's quite a lot of conflict between our schools. He lifted his bat up and went, "Come at me, I've got a metal bat." And at this point, the kids now had an actual reason to come and come after us. Like, my friends had just threatened them with a metal baseball bat or softball bat, but it's basically the same thing. And so they start walking over, like all 20 of them, and some come out of the path, some come out of the woods, and there's actually a lot more than we expected. It's probably up to about 20, probably 30 kids now, to be honest, all just like coming out the path, because I don't know how they got in the woods and all the path, but they kind of planned this attack, I guess. But now my teacher's telling them to just go away and just leave us. But they start all just stop. They don't stop walking. They just keep coming at us. So then my teacher goes, come on, just keep playing. And then, my other friend who was there, so there's 4 of us, me and my brother, and then 2 of our friends. They're both in the year below the friends, so is my brother. So I'm the oldest there, and the other kid, who's a lot like the kid with the metal bat, he just starts waving at them. And I don't know why, but this really antagonises them. So they start running at us, and we actually get a bit frightened, what are they going to do? And one kid's actually trying to run and vape at the same time, and he has to stop while he lets out a big puff. But that was a bit funny. I don't really know what he's doing. He almost swallowed his vape whole because he was running. I don't really know how you could do that and why. Why would you do that? But this is kind of just sums up these children. And so my teacher goes, right, come on, we've got to get all this stuff and go. Because, to be honest, it is probably 5 minutes until the end of when we're supposed to pack. So if we go up a bit early, it's just an excuse to go home a bit quicker. So we all start packing up. And then my friend waves the bat at them again. And then everyone just starts, the 4 of us, just wave, just, put up our hands and wave it about. And for some reason, this entices them to run at us. So now we are running across probably about a 5-acre field. Or, actually, I'd probably say a 6 or 7-acre field. Running away from these kids, and they're chasing us. One kid goes, "Come at me, I don't even go to school," but he's wearing his school uniform, and he's got a backpack on, presumably filled with his homework. So this kid is obviously lying to us. But anyway, he's just running at us, along with his 29 or so other companions, as I will call them. And to get to the school field, in my school, there's there's a bit of a hedge on either side, going to the entrance to the field, and that kind of symbolises the start of the field to the actual school grounds. And when we make it, and there's a bit of a bank to get down to the field, so we're running up this bank while we're at the when we're getting to the top, these kids are only just at the bottom. But it's not really that big of a bank, so they're probably about 20 metres or so behind us. Now that might sound like a lot, but when you're full out sprinting, and there's about 30 kids chasing you, it's not that lot of a distance. Especially as some of them looked a bit more eager to get to us than we did to get away. So that was a bit scary. They actually looked like they were going to full on beat us up. And so we got to the entrance of like the hedge bit, and we run through and we get into the school grounds, like proper, like all the buildings and whatever, all the classrooms. And they actually chase us right up, and my teacher has to full on stop them and go, she goes like, you're on school grounds, leave, just go away and you won't be told off, whatever. But they're having none of it. They've slowed down because she's like a member of staff. There's probably 30 of them, as I've said, and they could easily take her, but if they did, they'd probably go to prison for assault, so I don't think they'd risk it. Or maybe they would. I don't really know. And these kids, they're just swearing at her, and then she goes, "Who do you think I am?" Which is just the dumbest phrase, because they honestly have no idea. She's just a random teacher to them. Like, that was just a dumb phrase. But anyway, they're just swearing at her, and we're kind of just standing behind her, like, what do we do? And they're all like putting their middle fingers up at us and swearing at us. And we're just laughing at them, to be honest, because we know they can't really do anything. And eventually they turn around to go. And we kind of just walk up to the changing rooms because we're in our like PE kit, and we need to get changed. And the teacher, before she lets us get changed, she just screams at us, going like, "What are you doing? Why are you antagonising them?" And yeah, we did, to be honest. I guess it was kind of just like my friends with the bat kind of started it, but I'm not putting the blame just on him. It was all of us, and fair is fair. We each had a part in it. Split it 4 ways to blame, and that's fair because we all had a part in it. We all started it together, and she's just shouting at us like, "What did you do that for? Why? What's the point?" And as I mentioned earlier, there are other after-school clubs. Sorry, I can't speak today. There are other after-school clubs, such as an hour just spending doing your homework, which I guess some people might like to do because it's like, get your homework done before the weekend and whatever. But I'm not like that. I'll just like do it on the weekend when I've got time, not rushing to do it in 1 hour. Because that's just boring. But they all come down, and one of my friends in my class, he comes down first, and he's like, "Yo, I've got to tell you something, found this thing out." And I'm like, just hold on a second. All these kids have just like chased us and nearly beaten us up, and he's like, "No, I need to tell you this." And I'm like, "I'm literally being told off here. Can it just wait 2 minutes?" So I quickly explain to him, just wait over there. We've almost been like attacked and stuff, and it's our fault. So we're being told off, and he's like, "Oh, okay." So he just kind of just stands next to me and listens to me being told off, which is cheers. It's kind of embarrassing. He's just like watching me being told off with these other 3 kids, and then the rest of prep comes, and there's an older kid. I won't say his name as well, but the kid who waved at them first, not with the bat, the other one. He went, "Oi, there's a load of kids down there. You want to come and beat them up with me?" Because the kid thinks he's really hard and stuff, even though we all just ran away. But to be honest, there was 30, so kind of fair. 4v30, it's not really going to work that well, is it? But anyway, the teacher's like, no, you cannot. Then one of the caretakers is like just walking past, like going home, and she goes, oh, there's a load of kids down there, can you go and sort them out? And his face of horror, just like, it's not fair. And then she's like, look, you just made this man go and have to sort out your mess. To be honest, we didn't make him. You asked him to, in the first place, which we didn't. They were going until they saw him. And as soon as they saw him, they all shouted and asked all their friends to come back. So she kind of just made them come back. But then lecture over, and everyone from prep, which is the homework like after school club, they are all just standing here, and as soon as she goes round the corner, we all just sprint down after these kids, and there's probably about 15 of us now, so it's still a 2-1 on to their side of kids, and the caretaker is still down there, and we kind of forgot about that. And we get to where they are. The caretaker hears all like commotion of like all these kids running at the kids he's telling off, and like from his own school, and he just looks like back at us, and then we are in like horror, so we just sprint away because we're not getting told off. It's literally Friday night, half term, you know, we just want to go home, and oh, that's basically the story. But we nearly got beaten up by a load of kids from a school that hates us. I have I'm not even joking, loads of stories from encounters with this school, at our school. So yeah, it's mad, absolutely mad. To be honest, those kids have probably done something to our school, like smashed the windows or something, because they have done that in the past. I don't have a story on that because it was when I was only a little kid, like literally like kindergarten kind of age. So I don't really remember, well, I don't remember anything, but my teachers told us. So yeah, they've probably done something, or probably not, to be honest. I don't really know. But they'll want revenge. They didn't get their prize. They didn't get us 4 kids. And they'll probably remember who we are. And next time we're playing softball, they'll probably come and meet us. So, we kind of, like, spoiled. We're not spoiled, but just put our names on their wanted list. But anyway, that's the story time. Hope you enjoyed it, because this was probably one of my favourite stories. And as I said, it literally only happened a couple of days ago. And it's an incredibly funny story. And if I find any news on what happened to these kids after we all went home, then I'll tell it. But I've got to wait till after the holidays to get back to school, find out any news. And hopefully I don't get told off for doing this, because if they've broken the school, then I'm probably going to get told off a lot. But it was fun. Remember that. It was very fun. Anyway, bye guys.